Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dota Yoshi, and I will be casting Silicon Sports Oceanic Cup Grand Finals against BSP against Noxious. Noxious taking the first game in a very well played manner. They constantly pushed, they constantly kept the pressure up, and everything BSP did, they instantly counteracted and jumped on in them. At BSP, they had the Alchemist, they wanted to get as much farm on this Alchemist as possible. However, every time they rotated that Alchemist to try and find him farm around the map, Noxious instantly counter-reacted, brought the supports in, and demolished the side of BSP. And they used that advantage, pushed in, and then eventually won the game in a 35-minute game. Sorry for spoilers for those watching. Just giving it back up. And now onto this current game. BSP will be looking to take revenge. They pick up the IO and Chaos Knight. IO and Chaos Knight, probably one of the most scariest combinations you ever look to go against. IO has that global presence. You have your Chaos Knight, he can pull out a lot of damage. He's got a stun of his own. Reality Rift with that Tether will do a lot of... will just hold you into place, and not to mention Io and those orbs, they will do a lot of damage on their own. And over on the side of Noxious Gaming, they decided to counteract with going their lifesteal and Visage. They had these two heroes last game and they worked fantastic. So they're gonna go with the tried and true formula, pick up these two heroes, and see how everything decides to pan out for them coming up very shortly. So BSP, they've banned out the Weaver. They don't want to play that Weaver. They played it last game, didn't go too well, so they took out the Weaver themselves. They banned out the Batrider and Timbersaw. Timbersaw, my god, was Timbersaw fantastic being played by Toons last game in that mid roll. It just shut down any chance of SOS on that puck. It does a lot of damage, moved around the map, and just demolished the side of BSP. I think everyone on the side of Noxious just demolished BSP last game. Just BSP, they couldn't do too much. They just got shut down by Noxious in every way possible. But this is going to be a completely different game. You have Ion Chaos Knight. They're going to be looking for any openings on the map at any time. You cannot feel safe on the side of Noxious Gaming. And on the side of Noxious Gaming, they've banned out the Darkseer OD. You see your two standard typical builds. A very strong offlaner, ridiculously strong mid. You've got Nature's Prophet and that Temporal Assassin. They saw the IO Chaos Knight, so they got rid of that Nature's Prophet. They didn't want them to have more global presence, and no matter where you go, have 3 men TP in and try and counteract. And they took out the Temporal Assassin. They were a little bit afraid of that mid, and they took rid of the Temporal Assassin, and they pick up a Queen of Pain themselves. So that's one of the nicest counters against the Queen of Pain. You have that Refraction up and running. You avoid basically all of her burst. Shadow Strike does tick down the refraction, but you still have the possibility of avoiding her scream, her sonar wave, and that shadow strike. And now BSP, they'll pick up a bounty hunter. They want to be aggressive. You have bounty hunter, you have that track, and you have his roaming presence. He will scout summon out, Ion Chaos Knight will TP in, and then that's a dead hero. And I'll be back very shortly. Sorry guys, I just have to go do a little thing, so just bear with me a little bit. Watch the picks pan out just for about a minute or so. I'll be right back, sorry.
Ten seconds remaining.
Okay, sorry about that everyone, I am back. So now we have seen the Bane being picked up on BSP and the Naga Siren for Noxious game. I love Naga Siren pickups. She offers so much utility to a team. You have that net and that lockdown, you have that Song of the Siren, one of the most frustrating abilities to go against. And one of the best things about this, if Naga Siren is near anyone that's been initiated on from that Aya Chaos Knight, you throw down that Song of the Siren and there goes half the time Iron Chaos Knight are available to fight. So they have 6 seconds to either choose to run or to fight. And if they try to fight, they most likely won't get a kill anyway. So Naga Siren is fantastic. You can pick up a lot of gold later on. Then you can change into that carry or semi-carry role. She does a lot of burst damage. That negative armor is very useful, and she can split push quite well with her illusions. Bane, however, Bane is your typical counter to a lifesteal. He's enfeebled and his fiend grip goes through that rage of lifesteal, hold him to place and be able to take him down before he can do too much in the fight himself. And however, that's not to say Bane can't use that on any other heroes. It's just most effective on the lifesteal. And a Magnus Razor pickups from either side. Magnus, they want some team fight, they want some AoE, and they're going to do a lot of damage. We should see him in mid position up against the Queen of Pain. So welcome to Tier 2, folks. You see those two heroes once again being picked up. And the Razor is being picked up on Noxious Gaming. He's a nice counter to Chaos Knight. You sap away a lot of his damage, so when he splits up and uses... Oh, sorry about that. If he splits up and my mouse has once again disappeared. Oh my god. Let me see if I can fix this mouse issue. I cannot. Hopefully I get my mouse back very shortly. Valve, why do this to me? So yeah, when Chaos Knight does split up, using his illusions, they'll do a lot less damage because the damage zapped from that Razor, and let alone Razor can still a lot of damage at the start and be auto attacking for a lot of damage just by himself. And here we go, game 2 of the Silicon Sports Oceanic Cup is now on. We do have the general pause at the start of the game to get everything sorted out. And while that's happening, I will introduce the teams. So on the side of BSP, we have Kentai the captain playing on this IO, followed by the standard of SOS on the Magnus. You'll have Virtus on the Bane, Kuso on the Bounty Hunter, and finally, you have Kavrot on that Chaos Knight. And over on the side of Noxious Gaming, we have their captain being played by Moops. He will be on that Visage, followed by his he's not counter support, his fellow support, who will be playing. Who was their other support hero? I am terrible at remembering things. I'm sorry about that, folks. So they will be picking up that other support hero very shortly, being played by John. You have Toons on that Queen of Pain. He's played fantastic throughout this entire tournament. On any mid hero he picks up, he's just been able to steamroll his advantage. So he will be playing on that Toons. Looked forward to seeing some big plays by Toons and a lot of aggression. Toons loves his aggression, and so he'll put it and make the stand-in of SOS force and fight for his life. You have PPX being played on the Razor. The lifesteal will be played by Phenai. And now we just wait for the teams to load in. And if we do want to look at the lineups, Magnus, I'm not quite sure how BSP want to line this up. You usually see an IO Chaos Knight, they might go mid and put a lot of aggression onto that mid lane hero, and they can usually win that lane. They might want to go top with your fellow support Virtus or bottom, and just have the fight at tri-lane. But then one of the problems with that is Aya's not going to get the levels up as fast as he wants. And then you have Kuso. He'll be in that offlane by himself, being able to pick up those levels by himself. So BSP, they've got a little open end to their lineup, depending on how they want to play it. But you'll generally see that Magnus go mid, Bounty offlane, and the tri-lane of Chaos Knight, Io, and that Bane. And over on the side of Noxious, they have the Razor. Then you've got followed by the Visage, and you will see the other hero of the Naga Siren. That's the one. So Naga Siren, Visage, and that Razor will be walking together in that tri-lane. You'll have Lifesteal. He'll be in the offlane by himself up against the Bounty Hunter. So Bounty Hunter's going to be able to pick up those early levels and get to his track faster. Lifesteal is just going to be able to farm and pretty much have a safe, fun time. And Toons. I'm still expecting some really big plays coming out by Toons. He loves his aggression. Every time I've seen him play so far, he's always up in the midst of the action, being ridiculously aggressive. So now the teams will rotate to the lanes. Noxious will go for their aggressive try-line. They love throwing these try-lines. And BSP, they've already smoked up. They're grouped up as 5. They're charging. They're running. They're going to try and find a kill. If PPX is caught out of position, we've got 1 stun. Actually, no, we don't have any stuns. We got the tether stun. But that's about it. They're going to be looking for that tether stun to set up their kill up the top lane. They'll walk into it. It's going to be a 3v5. Will Noxious walk into it? They might even walk into it. Be careful. Bounty Hunter's going to see him. He's going to see one walk into the river. He's going to see the other 2. They're going to walk in. We got the Reality Rift ready. We got the tether stun in. Reality Rift into the tether stun. They're going to be able to do too much damage. And there was no follow-up. That was one of the biggest problems. They had no damage or stuns to follow that up with. If you had a stun by the Chaos Knight, you could have held that Noxious out of position. However, he did pull him back here, but that just wasn't enough. He just instantly walks back out. So unfortunately, that's 100 gold wasted for a smoke from BSP. A few stats down the drain for one of their support heroes who have used that smoke. And now they're just going to rotate to their lanes. You're going to see the tri lane up top. Last time they saw a tri lane, they went opposite to it. So this is what they're going to do again. If Noxious sees this rotation, they're going to send their tri lane back down and go aggressive tri lane against aggressive tri lane. Magnus will pick up that double damage. Eventually, maybe, one day, he's just going to sit on it. Okay. So he will just sit on that double damage for a little bit. Bane's going to be sitting behind him just a bit. And we will see, actually, the combination of Io and CK go mid. But Noxious, once again, they've already predicted this. And they have 2 heroes in mid already there and waiting. Noxious, they've got absolutely fantastic awareness. And they just know what's going to happen. So they've got 2 heroes here. And now this is where Chaos Knight and I. These are 2 heroes that want to be aggressive in this mid lane. And they can no longer be aggressive. And they're just going to be shut down by this Visage and Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain can pull out a lot of damage herself. And then you have the Soul Assumption followed up by the Visage. And they can find an easy kill on the Io. He's got a pretty ridiculously small health pool of 4.73. He's got no armor, so auto attacks will burst him down faster than normal. And then it just leaves the Razor up against the Bounty Hunter up top lane. You have Magnus and that Bane down in bottom lane. And you already have that support hero of John. He's already coming down, rotating in. They're thinking about going tri-laning against this dual lane. And if you can shut down this Chaos Knight at the start of the game, well, that can almost be an automatic GG. However, Noxious is just going to go down bottom. He's going to help out this lifesteal. He's going to make sure nothing too much is going to happen. And he'll be able to do some stacks, do some pulls, get some levels up on him, and deny the opposing team. And I just been general pain in the rear with those balls of light, the spirits flying around, doing a little bit of damage to Toons. But at the moment, I would have to give the favour to Noxious. They predicted the lanes correctly. They've got where they want to be. They're in position, and there's just not too much potential kill threats at the moment. You have your Chaos Knight and Io. They're usually your main killing combination. However, with the Visage and Queen of Pain right here ready for anything to happen, that doesn't mean Queen of Pain cannot be killed off. She's only got 500 HP. A Reality Rift Tether, some spirits, and a stun can be enough to kill off the turns. But it's very unlikely. And Moops will sit on the back line doing whatever damage he can, and that will ward off any additional pressure. So in the meanwhile, we will see a little bit of farming up. There's not going to be too much action. Neither lane looks like they're going to find any kills. But the mid lane's probably going to be the main lane we do watch. Queen of Pain sitting 9 for 0 against the CK 6 for 3. And actually, wow, I cannot believe that Razor does find a kill up on Kuso, up in the top lane. Kuso, I'm not too sure what happened there. He could have just shadow walked away, but PPX being able to find a kill with all that additional damage he has been sapping. So now, and Bane just being a general pain to Phenai. Phenai just constantly got a feeble up on him. He's only doing about 40 damage. And once again, there's another kill on the map. Chaos Knight and Io being able to find a pick off onto that Queen of Pain. And I apologize, guys, that people who are watching. Can't believe I missed 2 kills at that. 2 substantial kills. The First Blood and the Chaos Knight. Io picking up a kill on that Queen of Pain. And that's not going to hurt Queen of Pain too much. She did have her bottle up and running. And she would have spent most of her money, I am presuming, before she did fall to the combination of BSP. But the top farmers of the game so far are the, not Io, are the Razor, the Queen of Pain, and the lifesteal. So effectively they're winning the creep kills in all 3 lanes at the moment. And it's BSP's game to try and find something. They're going to be waiting until this IO and CK hit level 6, and then they're going to be start searching. But until then, Noxious, they're going to start working on a lead. We see a pull come through by Nagasaren, but SOS is already on waiting. He's going to ready for the shockwave. He might even find 3 creep kills right here. He'll get 2. He'll get a neutral and a creep kill of his own. And he's just going to miss a few more. So that's a little bit unfortunate for SOS. So it's a little bit of XP and gold he's going to miss out on there. Ooh, so now we do wait. CK is picking up, he picks up his boots, he's picked up also a circuit to give him a few more stats so he has that mana throughout his Reality Rift and his Chaos Bolt. And Queen of Pain, she's going to be a little bit afraid now, she's not going to look to be aggressive, and this is against Toons' playstyle. He's the aggression master, and being able to be shut down after he get killed once, and with that little fake out by that Reality Rift, it's going to put him on the back foot. He doesn't want to try and go in there. He knows he's been killed once, and he just knows he's very, very susceptible to being picked off at the moment. So, Queen of Pain does bottle up that invis, takes a sip of a bottle, and she now will pick up an illusion rune of her own. She is even also looking down and rotate bottom, and Lifesteal's been extremely aggressive, but then the side of BSP, they're trying to turn this back around. This is going to be very terrible for him. In the meantime, Io and Visage, Io picks off the Visage. We see the Lifesteal, he throws out the open roof, rages up, a lot of damage coming out, that's one here. He skewers away, but he's taking him with him. Bounty Hunters come in, that's not going to be enough, and he's going to pick off the Magnus in the meanwhile. So that's 2 kills gone in favour of Noxious. However, that Seeker, they do find the kill on Visage, who was alone, so it was a return kill going towards the heroes that need it most on the side of BSP. However, that's 2 kills going in favour of Noxious. So it's a fairly even trade, I would like to say. But CK and Carrot and Sentai, they're very close. Nice Reality Rift into that tether. Then we see a stun coming through. We have Queen of Pain. She's up here. She doesn't have any abilities, but this is enough to take out that CK. And now Kenta, he's on the run. Turns, he's not going to let him. Shadow Strike out, and this should be a very dead Kenta. He bottles up. Nice tether to a Bounty Hunter. He gets down the cliff. Great work. Queen of Pain's trying to chase him down. He's not going to be able to get there. Rune spawns bottom, and Lifesteal's just going to wait there. They may even get this Magnus to force this Lifesteal to pick it up and not allow this Queen of Pain to get back in the lane. It is picked up, but he will fully heal his way back to victory. So nice work there by both sides. However, Noxious, they're still in the lead. They're sitting on that 15k gold lead, 15k XP. Oh, not 15k, 1500. What am I talking about? If it was that far into this game, they probably would have been at racks already killing it. So, do we have that level 6? We have level 6 on Io, level 6 on CK. They're at top lane. They've taken down. Raze is in a lot of trouble. PPX will fall shortly after with 4-second stun coming out. But unfortunately, the 4th kills goes to Io. Io picking up all the kills on the map at the moment. You want to save some for your CK. But CK is going to be happy. He's got 1 death, however. He would have liked those 4 kills. But he's got boots. He's got a wand. And he's going to be working towards his power treads. And bottom lane, Nagasaren, she's taking a little bit of farm for herself. She's trying to hit this level 6. Once she has that level 6, she can shut down any aggression or start some aggression of her own. And if we want to have a look at the creep kills of the match, Razor, he is out in front. He's got 40. I don't want to center you. He's got 40 creep kills to his name. He's got boots. He's got a Ring of Aquila, and now he's working his way up top. He did die once, but he's doing phenomenal at the moment. 40 creep kills, 7.5 minutes. It isn't perfect, but it is better than most. So yeah, I was about to say PPX. I was about to say PPL at the same time because that's evil exclamation mark. But PPX, he's playing quite well in this Razor. And now, Chaos Knight, he's got to be a little bit careful. Most of the heroes on the side of Noxious are missing off them. Actually, have 1 in the jungle, 2 in the jungle, and Nagasaren just down here all alone by herself. So we'll see who wants to make the next move. Io will be bottling it up. Takes a little bit of money. Could have taken a second sip to get full mana. That's not going to happen. And there's 3 heroes mid. This is a little bit unproductive by BSP. They're not quite sure how they want to take the rest of this game. Io, he should be stuck on top and sitting on top of this Chaos Knight. He's tethered to Magnus. We might see a relocate top. Will we see it? They're planning it. Bounty Hunters coming up behind. Waiting. Ready. They're ready to take the fight. Come on. Tether. Are they going? We have Razor initiating. Are they still gonna? There we go. We have it coming. Relocates in. Razor's in a lot of trouble. Reality Rift. Stun. And we should see PPX fall very shortly. Stun's not even required. Visage will get on out of there. And that's a kill BSP desperately needed. So that's quite a nice relocate right there. Get those two heroes up top. However, Kenta, he might fall for his insolence. No, he won't. He will get rid of his illusion, and then he will get on out of there. Bottle up a little bit, and he'll be quite fine. Is he going down bottom? Oh no, he's gonna sit mid, pick up a little bit more XP to his name. So BSP, they're taking a commanding lead at the moment, and this is what they needed to do. Noxious, they had a very nice start of the game, but it's still early game. Now we see the Soul Assumption and that Grave Chill out, and Bounty Hunter stuck underneath the tower. Auto attacks come out. Is he going to be able to get away? No, he won't. The final auto attack from Visage will be able to pick him off. A little bit unfortunate for him. He wasn't able to get out of that range of the side of the tower. We see a Fiend Script onto the track target of Razor. Razor's taking a lot of damage. Reality Rift, auto attacks. We have a great RP onto two heroes. They still haven't finished off those heroes. There we go, Shockwave through. Now Moops is in a lot of trouble. Moops will fall. No, great familiar stuns keeping him alive. And now John, he's going to get a few auto attacks down. Queen of Painter, he throws down that magic wand, throws out the Sonic Wave, and we'll find a kill onto that Bane. 2 for 1 in favor of Noxious. Visage, Moops playing fantastic on the facilities, being able to keep him alive, keeping those heroes locked into place for that Queen of Pain to rotate up. So it was an even trade by both sides, but luckily Noxious, they didn't get the worst. They did get the worst of it. They saved what could have been even worse. In the meantime, however, Phoenix is down bottom. He's going towards this Midas. It's a very late Midas, however. It's going to be past the 10-minute mark. If you're not Alchemist, you want your Midas in about 8 minutes. 8 minutes is the standard timing and most efficient timing of your Midas. It's not going to hurt having it later on in the game, but it will be a lot less useless. It's already been 2 less uses you could have had it. That is 180 gold times 2. That's about 360 gold. Then that's all the XP. That could possibly be a level. We see the relocate down on bottom. Onto the lifesteal. 2-second stun. Burn Sap, and another death. And that's the power of the IOCK combination. Nowhere is safe. And the IO's going to go back up top. He's going to be safe himself. So, BSP, they're using the advantage of the IO and that map positioning to kill off all the heroes on the map. I'm not quite sure if it was a track kill. I think Bounty Hunter was sitting up here. And IO, he's going to need to get on out of here. He tethers away. He sneaks behind the defense. And he's on out of there. Razor with his extreme move speed. No, Queen of Pain here. And unfortunately for Kentai, his extreme jukes isn't going to be able to get him out of here. He does Magic Wand, but unfortunately it wasn't close enough to get that Bounty Hunter. A little bit of distance behind. But in the meantime, they do grab a tower. Tower for the IO is once again in BSP's favor. And now they're ahead in gold. They're not ahead in XP, unfortunately for them, but who cares? They've got a tower, they've got some map positioning, and they have the CK IO combination. Any reality rifts that poor innocent creep. So 3 heroes down the side of BSP. We have Magnus saving up for that Blink Dagger. He's still 700 gold short, and now they're going to be stealing the stack of Noxious Gaming. Oh, my pie in front of me's gone cold. That's a little bit unfortunate. But we do have a fantastic game, however, so who cares about my pie? Actually, I kind of care about my pie. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Actually, no, I won't. There's going to be initiation. Oh, I was about to leave. Ah, come on, guys. A poor innocent pie. And mid lane, we had a TP. Where'd that TP go? There we go. Chaos Knight going up top to meet up with his partner in crime of Kentai. Now, they're going to get a little bit of farm, and they might even look to come out and start harassing more heroes. They might even come down to get this lifesteal once again, but Noxious, they don't want to leave their heroes. They can't split up anymore, so they're going to be sharing the farm, and this is going to slow them down just that much more. BSP, they're a little bit scared. They're all rotating out. There's a lot of heroes missing off the map. You have one here. You have another hero here. and you had the two heroes that were sticking behind the tower. Bounty Hunters found that Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain did see that Bounty Hunter. Did it have any revelation? Bounty Hunters walking into the revelation. This could be very big trouble. We have TP support coming in from the Nagasari. Will Nagasari be able to get that trouble? He walked back in front of the Sentry Ward. That we have TP support. We have Chaos Knight and the Aya coming in. There's 3 heroes. 3 for 3. He throws out. Nice Sonic Wave hitting on for 3 heroes. Aya will instantly pop down. Kuso's trying to find any safe spot he can go into. But luckily, he's going to be able to survive. We have Magnus. He's in the middle of nowhere by himself. But a nice net. Do we have a skill? He's waiting. He finds a skill. He gets an RP onto 2. Nice reality rift. There goes the Razor. 4-second stun. We have the song. He's trying to save his lifesteal. Lifesteal doesn't have a TP. He does have a rage. And now, the Song of Siren, the anti-fun of the support world, is now saved. The rest of the team. Reality rift back in. We've got a nice Nightmare into a shockwave. Stun. Another 4-second stun. We have the nice Riptide doing a lot of damage. And then great Familiar Stun, following it up, finding a kill onto that Chaos Knight. And now Virtus, he's on the run. Kentai's here though, so they've got support in that Io, and he might take back one of these heroes back to base, or he might just go back himself. So he's just going to go back himself, and there goes the aggression. Noxious, once again, very even trades across the board. Both sides losing quite a few heroes. However, that CK died and that Lifestealer survived. So in the end, I would have to give the advantage to Noxious coming out in front with that trade. But BSP, they're scary. No matter which way you look at it, they're always going to be scary with those 2 heroes. And when he picks up more items, when the CK picks up more items, he's just going to keep getting scarier and scarier. And once he picks up this armlet as well, then Noxious are going to be in a lot of trouble. And Reality Rift, stun, 3-second stun. Does he have enough auto attacks? 1, 2, 3. And Queen of Pain just got to walk on out. It doesn't even need to blink. That's how confident she is. Once again, I apologize to everyone watching that I am eating a pie. If you do hear any sound, with Reality Rift into the 4-second stun, 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attacks, but nice initiation from John, turning it back around, and there goes Carrot, being aggressive. He could have found a kill, but great communication turnaround time from Noxious. Find that counter kill, and that's going to set back Chaos Knight even further. He was about a K 1,000 gold ahead, and now he's just slowly falling back, and that Queen of Pain lifesteal is catching straight back up. So, they don't have too much of an advantage anymore. And the graphs, they show it all over the map. We have an initiation into mid. Actually, they're looking for it. They might find it. They've got 1 more attack, 2 more attacks. Can they find it? 1 more Janata attack. There we go. The Io's Spirits will find the kill. We have an open wounds into middle lane. And Virtus, he nightmares himself up. Survives for a few more seconds. But the lifesteal will eventually get that kill. CK's in. He's looking for blood. And the 3 heroes of Noxious, they're all trying to find a way to TP out. John's TP out. We'll see skill. Skill's not going to be in time. But there's still the Visage. He's got a TP. We got the lifesteal's got TP in 4 seconds. So we might see him get out. We have an RP. It got cancelled. He's got Blink Dagger in 2. He's got Blink Dagger in 1. He's going to get in there. No, he's not. Tether stun up. They're still not sure which way to go. Both the heroes split up. You have the Chaos Knight. He's going to find the kill on Visage. But the main hero that you wanted to find will TP out on that spot. So, I really feel as if that Magnus should have kept harassing that lifesteal and made sure that lifesteal couldn't do anything. If he started to TP out without the rage, you could have skewed. If he TP'd out with that rage, you would have reversed polarity and that would have been beneficial. However, that doesn't take away from the fact BSP came out on top, they found kills, and they're going to start trying to go down this mid tower. Both sides are looking very, very even at this moment. My computer screwed up, sorry. The RP is not going to land onto Toons. Toons going to flash on out of there. And he's going to survive. That is very unfortunate. A little bit of miscommunication, not timing up their abilities properly. That Shockwave also could have found that kill. So an RP down for 100 seconds. That's big. And this says to Noxious, there's no RP. Heroes are dead. And we can just go, well, not dead, but heroes are out of the fight. And we can go get this tier 1 tower. This is the first tower for Noxious. And this is much needed. There's not going to be any chance of deny. Song of Siren and Net is up on that Naga, Siren and John. If he can land a Net or that song on anyone, he's going to find a kill. And now, Lifesteal, he takes the lead on the farm. And that's this is almost going to start a snowballing effect. We see a nice open wound. We see Tether stunning in. Splits up. Now we might see a Reality Rift. Reality Rift cancels. Reality Rift hits on one. Fiend Script. So the Siren. It cancels. And now Toots is going to get onto there. John, with the fantastic Song of the Siren, saves them from an absolute demolition. However, SOS, he's coming in. He doesn't want to stop this. Nice net once again by John. Sonic Wave coming out. We'll pick off that Magnus. Visage actually finding the kill with his auto attack. And now, one kill going in favour of Noxious. John, absolute MVP of that last fight. If that song didn't come out then and there, Noxious possibly could have lost so much right there. 4, maybe 5 heroes. You saw Queen of Pain would have died, so that Magnus would have survived later on. Then he would see an absolute turnaround by Karot and the rest of his team. That is very, very unfortunate for BSP. Fantastic blade coming out by John. And then not to mention they get that final turnaround kill on SOS in that mid lane. So this is a little bit hard for BSP at the moment. They're going to be trying to find whatever they can. But there's absolutely no vision on the map, unfortunately, for both sides. Neither sides have observer wards in their inventory. So they're playing a little bit dark. And now let's say that. One ward's been thrown up. Watching this jungle.
Tower is under attack.
And I've almost got the hiccups. Kuso, he's looking around for Merps. He might throw that track. He's not going to be able to get it off in time. But he's still looking to find anything he can. Will he get a snipe off this courier? Actually, no, he will not. Could have found a snipe on that courier. Once again, throws on that shadow walk. Walking around, he finds the lifesteal. He knows what the lifesteal is. And that gives the Chaos Knight and I a little bit of time down bottom to farm up a little bit. Chaos Knight not doing the best. He's 3 for 3. His partner in crime 6 for 2. Would have loved it if some of his kills were transferred over to that Chaos Knight. But it's still, they got the kills nevertheless, and that's still fantastic. And now this Bounty Hunter, they're still walking around this forest. They see these heroes. They've got a revelation up on both these supports, but they're gonna back on out of there. Io, he's got those spirits. I keep wanting to say wisps. He's got wisps around him, but he's got those spirits around him. He's got a haste in a bottle. And one of the things I forgot to mention is a bottle on Io is one of the most fantastic things you can do, especially for CK. He's got such a low mana pool. If he throws out a Chaos Bolt and you throw out a Tether and your spirits, you bottle up a charge, boom, Chaos Knight's back to full mana and can throw out more additional abilities. Especially with the Io, you can heal up at the same time, and you can do a lot of great saves with that. And the bottle is just twice as effective. It's a fairly cheap item for the amount it does, especially if you're a Wisp player. And now we have a little bit of group up by Noxious. They don't want to leave each other, and this is the problem. Because of the Io and Chaos Knight, you force such a defensive 5-man style of lineup. While the rest of the BSB, they can sit around the map. They can farm top lane, they can farm the jungle, and they can farm the bottom. So they get 3 lanes of experience and XP. And look, great ward. They're watching the rotation of these 2 heroes. TP coming in, and they should start to disappear or disperse right now. TP from the Chaos Knight already, and that's just fantastic play. Great warding, and top tower goes down. So BSB, they're playing fantastic. They don't want to lose this game. It is game 2 of a best of 3 for the Silken Sports Oceanic Cup Grand Finals. First game, of course, going to Noxious Gaming. And now, second game is very even. BSP, they want to take this. They're fighting for their life. They don't want to lose this game. So, they're doing quite well at this moment. Bounty Hunter hasn't been as useful as you'd like to see. But then, as I say that, his scoreboard doesn't reflect how useful that Bounty Hunter is. He's always been spotting out heroes for the combination of CK and Io to come in. But on the side of Noxious, you have the Desolator being worked on by Phenom. He's almost at the Desolator level. Once he gets that Desolator, he'll rip up any hero. Queen of Pain spotted that Bounty Hunter. He pings him out. He wants some help. And now Io's in. And now Queen of Pain's like, nope, not going to be able to do this. But they've got a wraparound of support heroes here. Will they come in? No, they will not. Queen of Pain and Viz still up for another 10 or so seconds. She's waiting. She wants any support. And in the meantime, we have the Roshan being attempted. And now Bounty Hunter's just going to walk on out of there. However, Io's in a lot of trouble. He sees his spirits being hit by Queen of Pain and he's out of there. That's very unfortunate. He tethers away and he's going to survive. Courier's in a lot of trouble. They will not be able to find it. We have an initiation. Will we see the RP? We got Fiend Script coming down to the Queen of Pain, who's BKB'd up. We got RP onto 2. There it goes. We see the Visage forward. Queen of Pain forward. Still 5 heroes up for BSP. Io is now going to fall. Now they turn around. Reality Rift onto John. John's going to try and get out of there. He might need to pop his on the siren to save that Razor. Razor's doing a lot of damage. They got 4 kills for 2. And they're going to survive with a very, very low amount of HP. Very nice turnaround by Noxious. Very unfortunate for BSP. And that Razor's almost going to be able to find that kill onto that bounty hunter. And unfortunately for John, he threw down that Revelation Ward a little bit earlier. And Kuso's going to be able to find a sneaky kill of his own. He's trying to find that lifesteal, but lifesteal's armor toggling his way away. Very nice fight by Noxious. Very unfortunate for BSP. They had such a great initiation. And he just walks over the board like nothing ever happened. But BSP, they had such a great initiation. RP onto 2 heroes. It wasn't the entire side of Noxious, but they had so much damage coming out. Fiend Script on top of that Queen of Pain who was in her BKB form. So there goes her 10k, no, not 10k, 10 second BKB. But then Noxious, they just had so much damage to come back around. They had a lot of AoE damage in that Naga Sign. Queen of Pain turned around, threw out her Sonic Wave and her Scream of Pain. And that hit on almost every single hero of BSP. They all came into melee range and they took a full brunt of AoE damage. Riptide, Soul Assumption, AoE from Queen of Pain, the Razor's AoE. They just took a lot of damage. BSP, they don't have a lot of damage themselves, but they have a lot of the single target focus ability. So they did have a fantastic fight and initiation. However, because they did not have that burst damage, they could not find the kills. And now BSP, they're still going to be aggressive here. They know they're still in this game. They're nowhere near out of this. That would have been a little bit disheartening, that last fight. But they know that they've still got the advantage with these 2 heroes. And the RP. RP is a game changer. No matter where you look at it or who you look at. RP with that Blink Dagger is one of the scariest things you'll ever look at. And Io, he's waiting to TP in. Look at him sitting there, eyeing off his targets. And they just decided, nah, we'll farm up a little bit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Man, that pie is absolutely amazing. Even though it's half cold, it's still absolutely amazing. Oh, I love pies. They're probably one of the greatest things known to man. I mean, so easy to cook, so easy to make. They taste so absolutely delicious. And they fill you up quite a bit. I mean, if one pie doesn't fill you up, throw in a second pie and you're good to go. So, and anyway, back to the game. We do have this top tower should fall quite fast. I don't expect PPS, not PPS. BSP. They're all going to go to Roshan. They see 2 heroes up top. I'm pretty sure they saw the Razor attacking the tower. And this screams Roshan. There's not too much Noxious can do about it. They do have a tower if they want some TP support from these 2 heroes. Do they have TPs? Of course they have TPs. But it's just not going to be enough time. They're going to have more than enough damage to take down these heroes. Especially with that Io giving that attack speed off them to rot. And they're going to be able to fill him off quite fast. Noxious, they're scared. All heroes are missing off the map. They're expecting a 5-man group and finding a kill. However, they're going to get Roshan. And this is going to be quite useful. And now we're going to see TP out. He's going to go back up to home, get some items, get some refill of his health and mana, and then they're going to go mid. So 5 heroes up top for Noxious. It's not the most efficient, but it's not like they can do too much, purely because of the ability of Io and CK. But that doesn't stop them. They're pushing in. Let's have a little look at these items. BKB is not quite up for Razor. He's still working on it. We have Desolator now up and running lifesteal, and he's ripping through anything he touches. BKB up in that Queen of Pain. Visage is almost got his mechanism. He's 50 gold away. That's so close, but not close enough. And he needs that mechanism. It'll help him win these fights a little easier. And now they're on the run. Chaos Knight's looking for kills. Great! Fantastic stunts by Visage. My god, I cannot exclaim how great those stuns were. But we do see Router stun for 3 seconds and then lifesteal. Great Song of Sun, but that's not enough. We will see lifesteal. He does buy back his TP into that tier 2 tower, and then They're still running. Song of Siren, but they're still got a lot of damage. Oh, P onto one hero. We had a Nightmare on the other. We see a fall of that Naga Siren. And a lot of damage coming out. IO will fall shortly after the lifesteal. Lifesteal just ripping through any hero. We rarely rip, but he will fall. That's the Aegis down. We have the Bane. He will fall shortly after using that Fiend Screw. And now CK. He's in a lot of trouble. Can IO help him out here? They're going to turn in. Nice mechanism. But now IO's taking a lot of damage. Queen of Pain's blinking in. IO's going to fall. CK's in a lot of trouble. He's running for his life. There's no tier 1 tower to protect him. And Visage, he's Familius. They're looking for blood. Familius on 1's going to miss. Familius on 2's going to miss. Armwood toggling his way to victory. Chaos running. Razor, his move speed is about 80. Faster than him. He's just chasing him. Armwood toggling 1. Armwood toggling 2. It's my Armwood toggle here. If he does Armwood toggle, he does Armwood toggle away. He might turn around, throw out that stone. He's got a nice rounded rift. Come on, he's still on the way. So Armwood toggles his way on out of there. In the meanwhile, Bounty Hunter's in a lot of trouble. Shadow walks down for 5 seconds, so he will fall to these heroes of Noxious. And once again, Noxious turn around fights that they shouldn't turn around. BSP, they did not have the AoE damage to go against Noxious. It's hard for him at the moment. I mean, CK, he's working on what he needs most, which is a BKB. If you can have these BKBs in these fights, that nullifies Noxious's gaming, almost their entire lineup. But they just don't have the AoE or the single target damage to pick off heroes fast enough. I mean, they can find heroes when they're retreating. As you saw there, nice buyback from the lifesteal to get back in and then turn it all around. But the damage coming out by Noxious, they have such a good amount of AoE damage. You have your Razor, Queen of Pain, and your Naga. These 3 heroes, negative armor, and a lot of damage being done. And they turn the fights around as you just saw then. So great play by Noxious. BSP, once again, the gold graph is fairly even. The XP though is a little bit in favor of Noxious. However, 30 minutes in, that XP is absolutely nothing. That's like maybe half a level for a hero. Once again, I kind of would apologize, but the pie was just sitting there, tempting for me to take a bite. As I now choke on that evil pie that I was absolutely enjoying. Oh my god, this is why you don't eat in cast, folks. You'll kill yourself. Oh, that's terrible. Anyway. Let's have a little squiz at that net worth. If you haven't been paying attention, Chaos Knight sitting on top of the scoreboards with 10.5k gold. Queen of Pain and Lifesteal both just trailing behind, just under 10k. About to hit that 10k mark. Bounty Hunter and that Magnus 9k. Razor 8.5k. And the supports for both sides, they're fairly even, looming around that 4k mark. So both sides, they're playing quite well. And the longer this goes on, I feel this might get a little bit harder for actually both sides, because once BKBs are up and running on BSP, there goes half of the side of Noxious's damage output. But Noxious, as the game goes on, your Lifesteal and Razor are just going to be hitting that much harder. Now they're smoked up, they're going to be trying to find anything they can. Then gotta miss out on that haste, unfortunately. There we go. What's popped and they're going to see this haste, so Magnus will puddle it up. Probably would have, actually no, the haste is probably better on that Magnus, not that IO. So nice choice to go there. And they're going to be looking. They're pinging through this forest. They're not going to be able to find anyone right here. But yeah, both sides, they can't leave each other. If either side find a pick off anywhere on the map, then it could very well be a tier 2, tier 3. And that could end the game for either side. We're getting up to the stage where there's about 60 second, 70 second respawn times unless you're a support. And even, yeah, supports are like pretty low level, so for them it's about 40-second respawns. But if any of the carries get taken out and they do not have buyback, then it's going to be very hard for their side to defend these towers. And they're roaming around in the jungle at the moment. So they're trying to find blood. You've got the Infest up in that Queen of Pain. And in BSP, they're down in bottom lane here. They're trying to find something themselves. And Noxious, they should see the CK down here, so they should expect the rest of the team. Because neither side can leave any heroes. They're going to push this mid tower while BSP takes this bottom tower. For them, if they get this mid tower, that's more beneficial than if Noxious got this bottom tower. But if Noxious can get this tower and force tier 3 pressure, maybe even TP back, No, they're going to force tier 3. They're going to force TPs back. That's going to be a lot of gold. They're going for it. And they glyph it up, so they're delaying it even longer. This forces Noxious have to get back right now. They're going to lose to tier 3. There we go. TPs are all coming in. We've got tier 3 taking a lot of damage. Glyph is up. BSP, you have to get out of it. Nice, sowing the stone, keeping them all into place. This is very, very bad for BSP. Get ready. Got a lot of damage coming out very shortly. We have RP onto 2 heroes. We've got a nice reality rift. BKB's popped all over the place. Bounty Hunter, Bane, and the Eye has been picked off, however, and this is very bad for BSP. They can't do anything. Reality rift, he's trying to get out of there, but that's just not going to be enough. And now Noxious, they're chasing down these final 2 heroes of BSP. Kuso, he's trying to juke behind the trees. There's currently no vision on him, so he's just going to be able to get on out of there. But BSP, once they saw or heard TPs, they needed to get the hell out of there. Instead, Nagasarn being played by John. Once again, another absolutely fantastic, ridiculous, amazing. I can't even think of any more words. Song of the Siren came off, held every hero there, and just got turned around and basically team wiped BSP. And this just makes the game that much harder for BSP. And this just gives you that much, you give a buffer to your Lifestealer and your Razor to continue to stay in this game. And then speaking of that, those two are now the highest level gold earners in this game. DK is now sitting behind on that 11k mark. Actually, he's fighting Queen of Pain for that mark. But BSP, they should have gotten out of there. They did a lot of damage to tier 3 and they just needed to get on out of there. Instead, they stayed around and they did get team wiped. What BSP need to do now is they need to continue trying to find trades with Noxious. Noxious, they've got forced to TP. They didn't even get the tier 2 tower. In the end, I think the creeps did get it at the end. But if BSP had retreated when they heard all the TPs coming from around the place, they could have gotten out of there. They would have got 1 tower. They would have got a lot of chip damage, and they would have saved another tower. So, a little bit of misplay coming out by BSP, overstaying their welcome, and Noxious makes them pay. Yeah, I and that CK still trying to work their way up. Chaos Nut's trying to get whatever gold he can. He's got an armlet BKB. Drums. 35 minutes. It's not bad, but with the amount of aggression these two heroes have been pulling off and the farm they've been getting, it could have been a lot higher. However, just because of a few unsightly calls from the side of BSP, he just hasn't been able to go. These two heroes haven't been able to snowball as they've wanted to, and as they've been looming and waiting to do in this entire game. And Queen of Pain, she now has her Scythe of Life. This is just more trouble for BSP at the moment. And let's have a little look at these items on the side. You have some major items are your Scythe of Life BKB on the Queen of Pain mechanism. Up on that Visage, you have Lifesteal. He's going for his heart. He's got Desolator, Armlet. He's got that Reaver. He's going for that heart, so he just won't die in these initiations. Sanj up and running on John. Finally, you have your Yoshi and your BKB drums on PPX. So he's just got that movement speed. He won't be able to run away from PPX anytime soon. Nice smoke by BSP into the Roshan. They're waiting. Perfect timing. And they might be able to get a sneaky Roshan before Noxious can react. Queen of Pain's a little bit out of position. Do they have enough damage to stop it though? To get there, we have Visage and Familiars. They're rotating in. Roshan's at half health. 4 second stun. Can they get it? Visage stun 1. Visage stun 2. That's a lot of stun coming out. We have Razor coming in. We have Song of the Siren. They might even steal the Roshan right here. We have Bounty Hunter. Roshan is stolen by Noxious Gaming. They're going to turn this back around. Razor's in the middle of nowhere. We have BK being popped by the Razor, by the CK. RP onto 2 heroes. We see Visage falling for the Bane. Magnus is falling. Aya is falling. Lifesteal is now dead. Lifesteal will buy back into the game. We have actually the Aegis being popped for the Bounty, so at least they got the Aegis, and it's being thrown out onto the Chaos Knight, and we have Nagasai trying to run for his life. The Queen of Pain's fighting CK needs the armlet toggle. He needs to keep going. Bounty Hunter's here. He's going to throw out that truck to give that movement speed to the CK to get out of there. And Kuso is manning up. He's going to chase down this Queen of Pain. Lifesteal does fine. one. They're going to find a second one. And that's going to hurt. And now they're going to be on the retreat. But a fantastic Song of the Siren. John MVP. I cannot stress enough. If it wasn't for John and his Song of the Sirens, this game would have been BSP's 15 minutes ago. But that Song of the... well, not 15, about 20 minutes ago. And now they found him. Net under the sentry. He's trying to fight his way. He will get one. Will he be able to get away? He doesn't have BKB. He will fall to the lifesteal. And Io, he TP'd in. And he TP'd into his death. So that's not the greatest. Will he be able to get his tether stun off onto a creep? He's close. He's close. He's tethered. No, he doesn't get away. So that's a lot of kills going in favor of Noxious. They're now 8 kills ahead. And this is looking bad for BSP. This is looking very bad. Just need a little breather, a little pipe break. But BSP, they haven't been playing bad by any means. It's just the fact their team composition against Noxious Gaming isn't the most effective as you can currently go. Especially with Noxious Gaming's fantastic coordination. They've been Song of the Siren, lining up all their AoEs, and they just have the burst to pull everyone down. You have the lifesteal and raise to clean up. BSP, they have a lot of single target damage. You have Bounty Hunter, single target. Magnus, fantastic RPs all around. He's in 3 hero RPs. That's enough to lock down the side of Noxious. But it's just not enough, because you don't have any follow-up damage. I know I've said this a lot, and I sound like a broken record, but that's the only reason why BSP haven't won this game. That and John. And once again, they're going to be looking to push this top tower, top lane, and this is all they can do. They can't sit back and let Noxious farm, because the more Noxious farm, the more they're going to pull out ahead. They're currently 7k gold ahead, 15k XP. And it's so hard for BSP to win these fights. And Noxious, they're not splitting up, they're not leaving anyone out in the open. And speaking of letting someone out in the open, Bounty Hunter might get picked off very shortly. There's an eye up on Queen of Pain. If she decides to blink in and scythe, this could be one dead Kuso. We have the Infest, we have a blink, we have the scythe. He's trying to chase him down. He's not going to be able to get it. He tried to throw out that Shadow Strike, but the animation got cancelled. So Kuso very, very lucky to escape with his life right there. And now we're going to see a tier 2 tower fall in favor of Noxious, and it's looking grim for BSP.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And now we have the Sanjay Yasha picked up for PPX. No one's going to be able to run for him. There's just absolutely no ability. He's 50 speed away from running at haste speed. That's how fast he moves. And once he throws down his base boots, he pretty much runs at haste speed. So you just can't run from him. And now this is looking bad for BSP. They're going to try and take this fight on the tower. Noxious tower. They have to be extremely... oh, actually, no. Actually, they jump on in and kill off that Bane. They turn him back around. We have the relocate from the IRCK. He's trying to do whatever damage he can. He's taking a lot of damage himself. Oh, P onto 3 or 4 heroes. He's doing a lot of damage himself, but they don't have any follow-up heroes. BKB pop. BKB pop. And now Razor. He's taking a lot of damage himself. IR has now TP'd on out of this, so he's no longer in the help in this fight. And now... lifesteal, he turns back around, and only one hero from both sides have fallen. However, Finai is still chasing on the tower. Io manages to die somewhere. Top tower reality rift into that chaos bolt. They might find a kill onto the lifesteal, but no, there's not enough damage. And the lifesteal, with his Heart of Terras, keeps him alive, and that forces a buyback from the chaos knight. Tier 3 tower goes down. Will they be able to get the racks? We have a reality rift, and there's a nice blink on out of there by the chaos knight. Familiar Stone 1, Familiar Stone 2, but it's avoided by the BKB. But the buyback and into death from that CK, and this could possibly be game going in favor of Noxious Gaming. There we go, turn around, Magnus spies back, but it's not enough. There's only 2 heroes left, and they're gonna get the racks. Fantastic play by Noxious Gaming all around. Net up SOS. SOS can't get on out of there. He's just walking around, doing a little jive. And there goes the racks. And then looking... are they going to rotate? No, they're looking to go back. And do we have an eye up on any of these heroes? No, we do not. Who's got the eye? No one's got the eye. Queen of Pain died, so they dropped the eye. And that Bounty Hunter is just following him. He's waiting. He's making his move. He's got... unfortunately for that Bounty Hunter, there's a regen for PPX. And now, Noxious. They're going to keep the pressure up. They've got BSP by the throat. They're going to keep it up. They're going to keep pushing. And they're going towards its mid lane. Mid racks. And BSP. They're... I can't say that wasn't the best of fights. A Bane got instantly jumped, hexed, and killed by that Infest Queen of Pain combination. So it was a nice initiation by those two to get in there and shut down that Bane. And that removes a lockdown for two of your heroes. And then once they had that, Visage, however, he got instantly picked off himself. But he still had his familiars. And his familiars, they did wonders. You had 2 stuns for, I think they're 1.5 second stuns. 1.25, they're not quite 1.5 yet. But that's almost 2.5 seconds of stuns right there. He can hold people into place for. Which he very well did. His first one got that CK, held him down, then CK got that BKB off. But then CK, he was already being attacked by this lifesteal, who was doing so much damage. He just ripped through him and killed that CK in what felt to be 2 hits. I mean, it wasn't 2 hits, but it was. The lifesteal, because of his heart, he got to survive a lot longer, and they just kept fighting. And they just have the sustainability in these fights to be able to last. Now BSP, if they can find a pick off one of these 2 heroes here, it could be very disastrous for Noxious. They do have buybacks up on the Queen of Pain, Razor, and Lifesteal, and they're all pushing top. They actually, PPX is right here. I was like, oh jeez. We see Reality Rift, Stone, they might even find a kill. Nice BKB timing, but the Fiend script out. We have no support. Will they be able to find this pick off in time? Razor's running, Razor does die. That's one very key here. So the Siren's in out of nowhere. Infest isn't going to do damage. BKB popped all over the place, and it's going to dodge that Sonic Wave. They're turning around. They need this fight very, very badly. They will pick up the Naga Siren, but then 1 familiar stun, 2 familiar stun. That's 2.5 seconds of stun, and all the heroes can get out of there. RP is used, and the Visage is out of there. That's a wasted RP, and they're gonna get out of there. That was looking absolutely atrocious for Noxious, but they survived. My god, fantastic play, and Visage. Oh my god, moves. Hitting these Visage familiar stuns is just absolutely ridiculous. BSP, unfortunate not to get more out of that engagement. We have the Scythe up onto Karo. Karo's taking a Shadow Strike to the face. It's now being sapped to PPX. PPX is going to get Reality Rift, Castbolt, and got to see it saved by the Io. So Io's going to be able to save him. So nice play by Kantai. He's going to have to try and get out of there. He's waiting for Kuso. Kuso's waiting on the side. Will he be able to get out of it? He's got 3, 2, 1. He's in. Nice stun. He's out of there. The familiars aren't able to be able to get it. And Io's going to be out of there. Very, very nice. We have the skewer straight back in. RP's down for 40 seconds. BKB's popped. Razor's taking a lot of damage, but he's out of there. Magnus, however, will fall in the meanwhile. Now, do they have enough damage to do any more damage? 4-second stun. And they will find Visage, but that's not the hero you need. Queen of Pain's looking for someone on the back line. She's BKB's popped. It's only a 4-second BKB. Scythe up onto Kara. Kara will fall. That's 2 heroes down. They are 2 key heroes in this game. And now, this should be a tier 3 tower. This could also be Rax, and this could also be game. And Bounty Hunter's gonna get hit by the familiar. We have Virtus, he's taking a lot of damage. Familiar stuns doing a lot. And now Kuso, he doesn't have Shadow Walker, and he's gonna die. And the GGs are called. BSP, unfortunately, will lose, and Noxious take the 2-0 win in the Silicon Sports Oceanic Cup Week 1 Grand Finals. Good game, well played. Both teams. Noxious played fantastic throughout the tournament, and they were able to take the victory. I'd like to thank you all for watching another Dota Yoshi presentation. Thank you Silicon Sports Oceanic Cup for having me cast. It was a pleasure. And thank you, the viewers at home, watching the match, making this all possible. Hopefully you all enjoyed the tournament. Thank you for watching.